We're back. Thanks for staying with us. Joined now by Leonard Armenta. Leonard is the CEO of SynFit Nutrition Incorporated. They're a subsidiary of GenTech Holdings. GTEH is the stock symbol. Leonard, welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me again.
Well, you guys are busy with acquisitions. Again, we're talking about a recent acquisition of something called American Metabolics. Can you talk us through that?
That is correct. Yeah. So American Metabolics is a supplement company. It's been around in business for about 8 years. It also owns two other subsidiary brands, Storm Lifestyle brands, as well as Core Natural Sciences. American Metabolics is a great brand, mainly found in brick and mortar stores through your specialty retail, things like that. You do have it in a lot of the franchise GNC stores as well. And it's just a home run hit for us on the acquisition of American Metabolics and its sub-brands.
Was this something you were targeting for a while?
Yeah, so we had it there was actually in a company called Torque Lifestyle Brands, and we knew that we really wanted to bring American Metabolics into the GenTech Holdings. And so it's been kind of something that we've been looking at for a while and thinking that it, does it make sense? Doesn't it make sense? And yeah, it definitely made sense.
It's a good deal for you. Why is it a good deal for them?
Yeah, so the reason why it's a good deal for Torque is that they have inside of Torque Lifestyle Brands, there is a joint venture with a manufacturing company. And that manufacturing company actually has the exclusive rights to be the manufacturer for Glaxton for their GNC line. Glaxton will probably do 4 or 5 million this year and up to 10 million next year within GNC. And so it allows them to basically put all their funds into the raw materials and things they need to buy to support Glaxton through that joint venture.
So it's really a win-win, it seems. What's the future for the company and the 3 brands it owns?
Yeah, so the future is really bright within it. I mean, back in 2019, American Metabolics itself was a $3 million brand. So this allows us to really utilize the funds and the money raises that we've had in the past, plus the success that we have with our current SynFit brands, to kind of align everything into one kind of supply chain and basically share retailers, distribution, things like that. It also takes us to a whole nother level for our top line revenues. So for instance, GenTech top line revenue this year is $550,000, up from $250,000 all of last year. By bringing this into the brand, I mean, it just really ups that, and that's with no sales from Physique. So with the 2 brands together, between SynFit and its brands and American Metabolics and its brands, we should hit somewhere around the $2.3 to $2.5 million top line revenue by the end of the year.
Well, that's amazing. Now, how do you see it integrating into the GenTech family of products? And what would you say are the synergies?
Yeah, so the big synergies between the two are, one, that we can utilize all the same type of distributors, retailers, different things like that we've used for SynFit and all of its subsidiaries into American Metabolics, which does not have that same distribution line. With the new ones like Storm, which is launching at the Olympia that we're a sponsor of in October, that'll allow us to instantly get that into places like GNC and other big food, drug, mass retailers on that. So there's just a lot of synergies in bringing those brands together.
So not only click and mortar, but you're really getting into brick and mortar as well.
That's right. Yeah. So we've got, and that's where the synergy will be from the SynFit side, is that SynFit doesn't have the biggest brick and mortar, distribution channel, and American Metabolics does. So it allows us to tap into that.
Well, speaking of other GenTech products, how are the sales of other products going? Can you give us some preliminary August figures?
Yeah. So as I kind of slightly mentioned a little bit, as of right now, year to date, our top line revenue is $550,000. Last year we did $253,000, all of that. In August alone, we hit our biggest month top line revenue of over $100,000. So we're just, as you can see, we're just growing like crazy. And again, that is without not a single sale from Physique, as we're still working and getting the manufacturing done on the drink. I mean, if you take Physique into into count, you're looking at getting places like Target and your Walmarts and Sam's Clubs and places like that with physique. So that is just on the brands.
When you get to those places, those kind of retailers, those big box retailers, you're really talking about a game changer, aren't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you could be looking at, a Target alone could easily put a single PO in of, somewhere between 1.5 to $3 million just on one single PO. But then that also leads into our other brands being able to have those insights into there as well. And that's kind of what we have done on this, is we've tried to basically integrate everything into using the same distributions for everything so that we can really grow all the brands significantly.
Well, since we've been talking to your company and talking to you, of course, GenTech has become synonymous with growth. You got a brand new headquarters you're building out. That's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, we've got a lot of exciting stuff. We got a big headquarters we're building out in Wheat Ridge right now. We're gonna have a gym in here for content, a full gourmet kitchen for content. We're gonna have a podcast room to do podcasts for our shareholders as soon as that gets built. Green screen room to be able to do videos, things like that. On top of that, it's allowing us to hire the right people in. For instance, we just hired a guy by the name of RJ, who was a big person with Quest Nutrition that sold for over $1 billion. He was big in their sales side. He's coming on as our senior vice president. And he's also just worked for some other great companies like Legendary Foods, which basically they've gone from almost 0 to 15 million very quickly. And he just has all the big connections, and he's an industry vet. He's been in the industry since like 1996 or 94, I believe, with EAS back in the day. So we're really bringing on the right people as well, on top of doing the right things for our business.
Well, with all this growth, all these acquisitions, new people, new product lines, new headquarters, what would you say is your biggest challenge, Leonard?
I think the biggest challenge right now, again, is just it's the same thing I think I've been saying for the whole year, is just supply chain. I mean, just making sure that we can stay on top of the supply chain, making sure we can keep products in stock. With that growth, it's hard to forecast your products. And so keeping that stuff in stock and planning that inventory. But by bringing people in like RJ, we can move our former person that was in that position, Josh Pittman, over into the operational side to help with that inventory, which will really help me on my side of things, to where we have 2-3 people looking at inventory at all times. So again, inventory is always the biggest issue, but I think we're ahead of the game on most people. I mean, our manufacturer tells us on a daily basis that we're definitely planning ahead more than anybody else. I mean, we just not a couple weeks ago, we did a raise where we raised $200,000 to our Reg A, and that was strictly used to spend on inventory, so that we are ahead of the game from everything. So I know it's like, hey, we did raise $200,000 and we thought we were, good, but we felt that we needed to be ahead of the inventory. So the idea of getting that for inventory was just the right move for the business.
Why would you say this is a good time for people to take a closer look at the company?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
Why would you say this is a good time for people to take a closer look at the company?
I think it's a good time because we're in such a growth phase. I mean, we're taking all the right steps, bringing in all the right people. We're ahead of the game on things. We've got great innovative products that we're looking at. We're ahead of the innovation game. We're finding new co-packers. The physique drink is just going to be a complete game changer for this company, and the different things that we can do with that, with the fact that we have the patent that nobody else can make, the sparkling protein water, things like that. It just really is, we're just doing things differently, and we're trying to change the game. And I just think that just is the reason why people really need to take a look at us.
GenTech Holdings Incorporated, GTEH is the stock symbol. Leonard, it's always exciting to have you on the program. Thanks for joining us again.
Yeah, I always enjoy my time, and I look forward to doing it again.